Tarikian's guy, hey, Rush, that's either a reporter or a hooker, as we walked by. Yeah, well, no, she liked it. She thought it was funny. She thought it was clever. She saw, here's Tarikian saying it and getting a big joke out of it, and I'm swallowing my tongue. Oh, so as the article indicates, I begin a profuse apology. She says, why are you apologizing? I said, well, in normal circumstances, you'd love the guy. I love him anyway, she said. So, so I sat there and I smoked a cigar. It was good. It was good. So you guys need an ashtray. Now, what would you do if I lit a cigar in here? Would it bother you? Wouldn't you? Would you? No. Don't worry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I care about the integrity of it. Yeah, it was, but I'm not going to answer that specifically on the air. Yes, it was. Yes, absolutely, it was. This cigar had a beard. If that helps. It did. Now tonight, folks, this is a marathon day. Yesterday was a marathon. This is a marathon week. Yesterday I was up at 5:30, earlier than normal, to go over and do the CBS News this morning with Paul Azon. And I also did Charles Osgood radio show. I did about a 10-minute interview with Charles Osgood. They're going to cut up and run in various people. That was a very honorable thing. I mean, a big honor for me to be asked to do Charles Osgood's show. He's a broadcast legend and icon. I had a very, very long day yesterday with a marvelous television taping last night and then a very late social night last night. And today, it was. Yes, it was. Very late social night. Then today, and I know you people, some of you people are going to get mad at me. Some of you people are going to become irritated. Why should today be any different, Mike Malone? No, I'm saying fans today are going to get irritated. You people are going to get a little bit impatient. Some of you, not all of you. A few of you will. But tonight I begin a marathon interview with D. Keith Mano, who is a very much a conservative-oriented man and author. As tonight I sit for the Playboy interview. They have been after me for about, how long has this been going on? This has 2 years? 2 years has been going on that long? Okay, 2 years, and I finally have agreed to do it. Finally found the time. They need 6 hours minimum to do the Playboy interview. So I'm going to do the Playboy interview tonight after the TV show and tomorrow night. Yes, Mr. Snerdley, what's the question? No, I don't get a chance to meet the senator. I imagine if I wanted to meet anybody, Mr. Snerdley, all I'd have to do is call them. I think if I wanted to do that, if I wanted to meet the centerfold, yes, that could possibly happen. But I have no desire to meet the centerfold. It's not why I'm doing this. I know what you were saying. I know what many of you were saying. Yes, yesterday I was in Batman, soon in play. Do we know what issue this is for? Have they decided what? Probably the Christmas issue. No. I know what many of you are saying. Rush, how could you? How could you deign to find yourself and your words in such a smut rag publication? I know that that's what some of you people are saying. I just want to remind you. I just want to remind you. Because I know, you know why they're mad? They say, Rush, we want to read the interview, but we're not going to buy Playboy to do it. Some of these people are going to say, because we're not going to want our kids to see it. Screw that. Go buy it and hide it from your kids if you want to read it. The hell, don't. Anyway, just like Dad used to do before he got married, go buy the damn thing. Live a little. It's like the National Geographic when you were a kid. The National Geographic was the 4th grade version of Playboy. You could see bare-chested women in their native habitats, usually outside huts someplace, and get away with it. You know, because it was history. I had a line about it. I go read the National Geographic, so because I wanted to see places I knew that I wasn't going to be visiting for a while. Till I grew up, till I had some money. Now, I know a number of you people are probably alarmed at this, but I've given this a lot of thought, and my decision is multifaceted and includes many reasons. Among them, let me ask you this, folks, what better publication to have the words of morality and virtue finally printed? You see, something about go to where the sinners are, ladies and gentlemen, so just chill out there. So doing that, at least 2 nights this week, and I may take part of a third. Interviews with me are so fascinating that the reporters want to extend them. And I have to put my foot down and say, nope, you've got enough. Then this weekend is the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. I received numerous invitations. The laws of nature are such that you accept the first one. And so I have. USA Today has invited me to sit at one of their tables. This is the event, by the way, you may remember, where John Riggins once attended, and in the midst of consuming adult beverages, passed out on the floor underneath the table as a guest of Time magazine, and awoke to advise tablemate Justice Sandra Day O'Connor to, quote, loosen up, baby, unquote, and then he fell back asleep. It is that event to which I'm attending, and there are a bunch of parties beforehand. And then Sunday in Washington, a major football game. Bill Bennett and the boys putting together teams even now, and we will take on some pansy liberal think tank if they can put it together on Sunday afternoon, and then it's back to New York late Sunday night. So big week. I got just a great letter that I want to read. Oh, and TV Guide, the May 1st issue. It's the issue that's now out. The What I Watch page. Roy Rogers, Cowboys star extraordinaire. Let me read this to you. What do you watch? Roy Rogers, king of the Cowboys, says, I watch that guy who argues about the government all the time. The TV Guide interviewer says, Rush Limbaugh? And Roy Rogers says, yeah, Rush Limbaugh. Dale and I watch him every day. He's an egomaniac, and you may not agree with everything he has to say, but overall he makes you think. TV Guide interviewer. In the tradition of Will Rogers? Roy Rogers. No, in the tradition of a president. TV Guide interviewer picking himself up off the floor. A president? Roy Rogers. Sure, he's taught me so much about politics that I can't help but think that our government would benefit by paying some attention to him. Coming in the next issue of TV Guide, let me share with you a letter that we have edited that is coming in the next issue of the Limbaugh letter. I just wrote my response to this letter Sunday night. This is, in fact, let's take a break. We'll come back and do this as a feminist update. This is just a brilliant, creative, and fun letter. Don't go away.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
Picture the average carpet store, rows and rows of samples. That's all you see. Now, imagine walking in there and trying to choose one carpet that will be a perfect match for your room. It's not possible. That's why FCI makes so much sense. They come directly to you. With the carpet store at your door, you can select from over 3,000 choices of top brand names in the comfort of your own home, so you can be sure that everything matches perfectly. With FCI's Mill Direct pricing, you can match your budget perfectly too. But the best thing about FCI is the service. Each FCI representative takes the time to help you select just the right carpet that'll wear and look great for years to come. Installations are guaranteed, while you'll even be called back later on to make sure you are completely happy. In a business where most people would never buy carpet from the same store again, over 80% of FCI customers have been referred by another satisfied customer. Call FCI today to see why. Look for them in the white pages under Floor Coverings International, or call 800-967-3444. That's 800-967-3444.
Look, I've tried to reach you on TV, but you keep zapping the commercials, and I have a win-win message for you. If you or your child struggle with reading, try Hooked on Phonics. Over 1 million people have. Hooked on Phonics works. It makes learning to read simple and fun. Now, the win-win message. Try Hooked on Phonics for 30 days. If you don't see wonderful results, return it for a full refund. You can't lose. Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
Here's news on where to get the best price on furniture for office, church, or meeting place. State Office Equipment Company on East Ash Street in Goldsboro. Tables or chairs for church, club, or meeting place, you get the best price at State Office Equipment Company. Desks, file cabinets, bookcases, wastebaskets, whatever you need for your office, you'll get the best price at State Office Equipment Company. And if you don't have time to visit the store, call 731-3000 and a representative will come to you. That's 731-3000. Now, we haven't mentioned styles and functional ability of your office furniture. At State Office Equipment Company, it's good looks and quality. Look, your office furniture tells a lot about your business. So why not call 731-3000 right now for your best price? Or visit State Office Equipment Company at 2211 East Ash Street. You'll get your best price at State Office Equipment Company.
This week is Colony Gift Shop's Fieldcrest Free Monogram Special. Yes, through this Saturday, May 1st, free monogramming on all Fieldcrest towels in stock when purchased at Colony Gift Shop. These make great gifts for Mother's Day, graduation, or weddings. So get free monogramming now through this Saturday on thick and thirsty bath towels, hand towels, or washcloths at Colony Gift Shop, 116 South Center Street, downtown Goldsboro. Open 10 till 5:30 weekdays and Saturday 10 till 3.
Sandy, know what's not on sale during the big spring furniture sale at Sears? Sofas. Nope, they're all on sale. Oh, bedrooms. They're all on sale. So are all curios, dining rooms, and recliners. How about mattresses? All on sale. Value price furniture and special purchases are outstanding values, too. Oh, take Ozzies. Very funny.
All furniture and mattresses are on sale during the big spring furniture sale at Sears Home Life and most Sears stores. But hurry, sale ends May 8th.
You can count on me, Sears, Roebuck and Company.
This is Rush Limbaugh on the Talk of the Town, 1150 WGBR. Guy's a punk, but he can sing. Richard Marx. He's a nice little guy. A punk is a small guy. You see him in a baseball? You see the video of that song where he plays like pretends, he fantasizes he's in the Oakland A's, on the Oakland A's baseball team? I mean, he looks like a Smurf in that helmet. He looks like David Dinkins. Anyway, it's a great song. That's just no big deal. Back we are. Rush Limbaugh, the doctor of democracy, here on the EIB network. This is a feminist update we have for you now. It's a letter to the Limbaugh letter that we're going to publish in the next issue, but I want you to hear it.
We're fierce, we're feminists, and we're in your face. They buy you dinner, open your door. Other than that, what are they good for, men? We're feminists, and we're in your face. Talking about men. We're fierce, we're feminists. They all want a girl, just like the girl. Mary, dear old dad, they make me so mad. Men. Talking about men.
EIB.
Well, you can't beat 'em up 'cause they're bigger than you. You can't live with talk about me.
Okay, now the letter writer is not a feminist. Quite the contrary. But whenever we get letters of such creativity and humor, I like to share them with you, even though it is going to be used twice. And don't hold this against me, folks, because you're going to read this in the newsletter. Don't hold it against me that you, when you read it, you're going to have heard it on the air. I mean, good stuff is good stuff, and not everybody. You just listen to this, and you'll understand. It's from Janice Julian of Yorba Linda, California. Dear Rush, you obviously do not appreciate the doors that Hillary Clinton has opened for today's women. For years, I'm thinking of the feminists on stage Sunday when I think of this. The lesbians, you know, I'll stick to the letter. Let me start again here. Dear Rush, you obviously do not appreciate the doors that Hillary Clinton has opened for today's women. For years, my friends and I have thought that we were destined to operate only within the boundaries of our own careers. Now, we realize that we had not considered the option of adopting our husbands' professions. This truly is a new era in sexual equality. We not only have the right to equal employment, we have a right to their employment. We need not be elected, appointed, anointed, licensed, or regulated. We need only be married. If this precedent of spousal job sharing is followed in other areas of government, it could solve numerous shortages without going through all those silly formalities of congressional hearings, civil service exams, background checks, security clearances, etc. My only concern is whether this may cause discrimination against single candidates. After all, if the vote for an unmarried person, or if we vote for an unmarried person, we may end up with only the person we've chosen. And that may not be fair in the new America as defined by Hillary Clinton. So in honor of our role model, Hillary, professional women need never again intone those passé words of I am woman as they face the world, but rather we will link arms and sing that new feminist anthem of the 90s, Stand By Your Man. In parentheses, take over. This is a great observation. It's just tremendous. Because you know what's brilliant about this is with humor, it points out exactly how opposite the feminist promise, ideal, and tactic Hillary Clinton really is. Nothing without her husband. Wouldn't be there without her husband. And had to take over part of her husband's job after he got the job. And so, ladies, you have a new entitlement. Not only can you go out and seek your own career, but if you don't like that one, take your husband's. It's great. So we are going to print an edited version of this, complete with my response, which I'm not going to tell you, so that there will be some surprise associated with this letter when you read it. Now, we also have, before we get to, in fact, there's a great editorial here about, we have a Hillary update theme, don't we? We should do one of those today, because there's a great editorial here in the Washington Times of yesterday, Monday, the 26th, about Hillary and the decade of greed and the way the Clintons are managing their finances to limit their tax liability, ways in which you can't. There is also, we have news on Dan's Bake Sale, and there's also a new type of quota bill that's been proposed, actually signed, or it's been passed by the Florida legislature, and it's been sent to the governor for his signature, and it would require quotas in gubernatorial appointments. Wait till you hear it. I mean, it's one of the greatest attempts to usurp executive power that has yet happened in the country, state or federal level. Wait till you hear this. Got, of course, the Panetta falling out, Cuomo's baby tax, all kinds of stuff. Stay where you are. Your calls, too, right after this. Hi, Rush Limbaugh here. You know, a major university recently surveyed over 600 employers as to why job applicants do not get hired. Number one reason, poor communication skills. People do judge us by the words we use, and Verbal Advantage, a complete audio cassette vocabulary program, will give you the word power you need to communicate with authority and flair. To learn more, call now, 1-800-28-TAPES. That's 800-28-TAPES.
This is WGBR News, Goldsboro's very own.
Good afternoon. It's 12:30. It's 62 degrees. I'm Dory Roberts. Food Stamp Supervisor Rowena Tichy was honored by the Wayne County Social Services Board yesterday in recognition of 33 and a half years service. Mrs. Tichy is retiring at the end of this month. She was presented a plaque of appreciation by Social Services Board Chairman Carolyn Russell. Director Gwen Wilson also presented Mrs. Tichy a certificate of appreciation from the department. Mrs. Russell asked Mrs. Tichy to write a history of the food stamp operation, chronicling the changes that took place during her tenure as director. All of Mrs. Tichy's staff members attended the luncheon honoring the retiring director. 40 Wayne County nominees for Volunteer of the Year were just honored and presented certificates recognizing what they do. 6 of those will be selected by a committee of professionals who did not make nominations to go to Raleigh to receive the Governor's Award as Outstanding Volunteer of Wayne County. Those awards will be presented this summer. A 7th person from among the 40 nominees will be selected for the honor of Outstanding Volunteer who serves children under the age of 12. The 40 nominees just honored give of their time in service in agencies all across Wayne County, including schools, Cherry Hospital, O'Barry Center, the Wayne Opportunity Center, rescue squads, the Shelter for Battered Women, 4-H clubs, and others too numerous to mention. A charge of first-degree statutory rape has been lodged against 40-year-old Christmas Avon Martin of Dudley. The suspect has been placed under a $100,000 bond. The suspect was already under bonds totaling $31,000 on charges of incest and child abuse. The warrant for arrest on the first-degree statutory rape charge alleges the suspect did carnally know and abuse a child. Reports of rock throwing on Royal Avenue continue to be filed yesterday with Goldsboro Police. 3 victims reported $850 damage to their vehicles yesterday. The victim from a couple of days before provided police a name and address to check out. Motorists Steve Velcor and George Condor of Goldsboro advised police that 4 black male juveniles threw rocks at their vehicles at Jefferson and Royal Avenue. A Snow Hill woman told local officers someone threw a rock and struck her vehicle while she was traveling east on Royal Avenue in the vicinity of North Drive. Time for our forecast from the Weather Center.
With yesterday's showers and thunderstorms all behind us now, we've got some cool but pleasant weather on tap for several days to come. For this afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, we'll have a few fair weather cumulus clouds around. We'll have highs 60 to 68 degrees. It'll be kind of windy out there, but the wind speed should diminish somewhat during the afternoon. Tonight, clear, calm, and cool with lows 39 to 44. Tomorrow, sunny and a high 68 to 74. At the Weather Center, I'm Mike Moss.
Thanks, Mike. Right now, it's 62 degrees as we return to the Rush Limbaugh Show on WGBR.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go.
Rush Limbaugh.
Where are we going, you might say? We are going to the truth. We are going to excellence. Finding it, discovering it, wallowing in it every day here on the EIB network, hosted by me, Rush Limbaugh, Doctor of Democracy. 800-282-2882. Say, I've found a new favorite song that I am obsessively, compulsively obsessing on. And I saw the video. It's late. I told you it's a late. Tui. Spit it out, Rush. A late night last night it was. Wendy Moulton. You said you'd never heard of her. Well, she's a beautiful woman. Song is Come In Out of the Rain. And if you didn't know it was Wendy Moulton, you might think that it was Whitney Houston. The New York pronunciation. You might think it was Whitney. Run down there. It's in my it's in my cassette. It's not cassette. It's in my CD, my mini CD player down in the desk. Just hit the eject button. That's generally what does it. Tray will come out. You pick the CD out of there. play you just a portion. She can belt out this song. She can. Let's go to the phones. We'll start in North Chicago with Scott. Hello, sir. Welcome to the EIB Network.
Rush, it's a great honor.
Thanks for calling.
Mega dittos from North Chicago and Great Lakes Naval Training Center.
Great to hear from you.
Yeah. Quick question here. Maybe in your infinite wisdom you can share this with me.
Sure.
How is it that the leftist pacifists like Pat Schroeder and Joe Biden and the rest of them, the ones that whined about any military intervention in the 70s and 80s, all of a sudden are becoming hawks when it comes to Bosnia?
Yes, isn't that interesting?
It is amazing.
To what do you assign that?
Well, I would say that they're probably in a position of trying to prop up the president to show him as somebody that actually does, in fact, have a little muscle in terms of foreign affairs. That's the only way that I can see it. I can't assign anything else.
They're
to it.
mad at the president. They are mad at the president. Biden is mad. We showed a clip the other day on television. He and Nancy Kassebaum were in a Senate hearing, and they were discussing this. And Kassebaum would say something, and Biden would agree and then get angrier.
Yeah.
And Kassebaum would respond by agreeing with Biden and then getting even angrier than he was. And it kept going back. It kept escalating. And finally, Biden lost it. And he said, well, that's because we're not doing a damn thing. Well, that's because we're not doing a damn thing.
We're not doing a damn thing for good reason.
Well, the point is that this was an anger directed at the United States, but Clinton in particular, since Clinton's in charge. As I said last night on our increasingly popular television show, you got to be very wary of somebody or a bunch of people who, throughout their formative years, held in contempt the use of force and the military.
The military's presence in general.
Who now are in charge.
Yeah. It is a frightening prospect indeed.
I'll tell you when we blew it. I'll tell you when we blew this. A year ago, 2 years ago, when the Serbs had not succeeded to the degree they have, when it was a little bit, shall we say, more fair fight. It never has been totally, but when it was closer to being than it is now. Had we simply armed the people, as Margaret Thatcher said, had we simply armed the people who wanted themselves to fight for their freedom, as we did with the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, we armed those people with stingers and a number of things, and they beat back the Soviet Red Army of Mikhail Gorbachev. It didn't take one U.S. troop.
Right.
That's what Reagan wanted to do in Nicaragua, but they wouldn't allow him any legislative victory, and instead they ran around and said all he wants to do is send your boys down there to die.
Yes, no more Vietnams. Remember that one?
Right. Now look who's talking about creating almost the identical, because you can't win now without troops on the ground over there.
Exactly. Air power alone is not going to do it. We're not going to see a replay of Desert Storm. And I'll tell you one thing, we're not going to see a replay of Saddam Hussein's troops surrendering en masse. That's all in the past. That isn't going to happen with the Serbs.
No, you're absolutely right. That's, so we, in fact, for television, we've got Nick Africano, and our cameras are on the streets of New York today. Well, they are. What are you laughing at in there? We got Nick Africano out there asking people, do you favor sending ground troops to Bosnia? We'll see what they say.
Yeah, it's really, it's sad to see, the televised images of kids getting injured and blinded and all this, and it tears my heart just as much as anything. But as a military person, I can see that it is not feasible to be sending ground troops there, because it's going to be worse images seeing Americans injured,
I remember during the, come on, mind. During, it has to be Desert Shield or Desert Storm, there was a female congresswoman or some woman who said that who is now in favor of action over there, who back then said she wouldn't have no way is her son going to go fight over there.
Oh, okay.
It might have been Pat Schroeder. I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I can't think who it was. I shouldn't say Pat Schroeder because I don't know for sure.
It just amazes me how their political...
But they're in favor of it now is the point. I'd like to ask, by the way, here's what it is. Whoever it was opposing sending any force over there. Use of force. Let's let sanctions work.
Right.
And she said, whoever this was, I would not send my son over there. And this same woman is now talking about the moral imperative we have to stop this bloodshed and slaughter over there. And so I felt like saying, would you send your son?
Yes.
Since you wouldn't the first time around. I wish somebody would ask her that. I'll remember who it is here.
Yeah. Rush, I think you do a great service to the public. Keep it up. Can I give a quick greeting to some folks out in California?
By all means.
Okay. My parents, Ben and Doris Darrow, Vacaville, California, mega dittos from North Chicago.
Okay, Scott, glad you called.
Rush?
Yeah, what?
Excuse me?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said thanks a lot, Rush.
Okay. Take care. Adios. I thought he said Rush and then stopped talking. Like he was going to offer one more compliment. But he didn't. He was just saying goodbye. Thanks very much. Who's up next on this show? Flintstone, Georgia. And Elaine, welcome to the program, Pebbles.
Well, thank you, Megadetto.
Thank you.
From 4 years I've been trying to get through.
Well, I'm glad you made it through.
I am too. I think Bill Clinton should rely on his experience that qualified him to be Commander-in-Chief and call up the Arkansas National Guard and send them to Bosnia first.
Oh,
you know, you've got to go with your experience first.
That's right. What was his military experience? He had to call up the Guard. Hey, call him at TV. I know we did a deal on that. Tell him to find it. Oh, no. Call him the Arkansas. I think he did it 11 times or something. Or twice or whatever. Bunch of kids were fighting over a water cooler. It's a great point. It's just such a great point. However, he's the commander-in-chief, and this is a serious, serious problem, and a lot of pressure is being brought to bear on President Clinton. This is where you get to Panetta. I mean, I'll tell you, Leon Panetta, the budget director, is just really now off the reservation, in essence saying that nothing these people want to get done is going to happen, legislatively and economically. He doesn't see, and he's advising the president. In fact, there was a meeting at the White House the other day with a bunch of Democratic senators, and Panetta was there, and two things interesting at this meeting. One of these private little, Clinton has these commune type, hey, let's touch and feel. Let's get in touch with our inner selves and find out how we feel about things and so forth. And they ran around the table and everybody said, hey, we're up for it. We're doing well. We're having a grand time. I am up to the challenge. Everybody that's what it was. I love the challenge. Panetta said, you may love the challenge, but you're not getting anything done, and I, for one, am not happy. I am not having fun, Panetta said. Hal Heflin, at the same meeting, I think, said to Clinton, son, yo ain't getting enough sleep, and you gonna start right now, and called the meeting off. Everybody got up and left, and they sent Clinton to bed. So he was just overtired, worked, and not getting enough sleep. I'll tell you, folks, the day is coming where this show's direction is going to change out of necessity, and the doctor of democracy is going to have to start lending assistance rather than just criticism. Criticism is one thing. I mean, you can learn from criticism, but there comes a point in time where that alone will not do the trick. What's this? Lori in Jacksonville, Florida. Hi, welcome to the Rush Limbaugh program.
Hi, dittos, Rush.
Thanks,
from
Lori.
Sunshine State.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm kind of sick.
Why? What's the matter?
I caught a cold from my fiance.
You caught a cold from your fiance. You gotta, shaking hands is what does that. It does. Now, see, everybody laughs, but that's what happens. It really does. How many times? Let me ask you a question.
What?
How many times in your life? How old are you, Lori?
22.
22. How many times in your life have you knowingly kissed somebody that you knew had a cold and you didn't get it? A lot of times.
I guess.
Yeah, that's right. So it's something else that you've done with your fiance that's given you this cold. You don't have to kiss. You can do it shaking hands.
Okay.
That's why when I'm sick, That's why when I have a cold and I'm out in the road and people shake my hand, I don't, out of consideration for them. Well, it's true. Here she is chuckling, but it's true. Anyway, I know this is not what you called about, but I'm sorry you're feeling bad. I wish you were feeling better.
Yeah, considering I'm studying for finals this week. So.
Where do you go to school?
University of North Florida.
University of North Florida at Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is final week down there.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
What's up?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that when you said that Richard Marks playing for the A's, he wasn't. He was pitching. He was hitting against.
That's right.
Eckersley. He was
right.
playing for the Cubs.
That's right. In that video, he was wearing a Cubs uniform.
Right.
That's right. And Eckersley was the pitch. You're right. You're right. I was wrong. But as usual about something that's insignificant, so it doesn't count against the accuracy rating.
Well, I agree with 99.9% of what you say, except for that one little thing there.
Okay. Well, there's nothing to agree or disagree about. You caught me. I was wrong, as I say, though. So what?
Just thought I'd let you know.
Okay. Thanks, Laura. Are you a big Richard Marx fan?
Yeah.
Do you like the song Angelina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. They didn't. It's a good song. Didn't make it as much as I wished that it would have. But I don't want anybody to get the idea here that I was criticizing Richard Marx's talent or anything. I was just noticing he's just a little guy, and you put an average-sized baseball head on him, and it looks like a Smurf wearing a baseball helmet.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, there you have it. Let's take a break, and we'll be back.
You're listening to the EIB Network. What kind of health insurance reform does America want? Well, listen to what America says.
The most important thing to me is the right to choose my own doctor.
Well, the number one priority should be that everybody be insured.
I do know, yes, we have to curb hospital and medical costs.
It's real difficult for a small business such as ourselves to be able to afford health care and give it to our employees.
It would have to be something that would cover my pre-existing conditions.
The best health care in the world for everyone in America. That's what America wants. There is a reform proposal supported by consumers, businesses, health care workers, and insurers. Everyone is covered for primary, preventive, and catastrophic care. You and not the government choose your doctor and your insurer. It's coverage everyone can get, everyone can afford, and no one can take away, even if you lose or change your job. Call 1-800-285-HEALTH now for a copy of the health care reform proposal America wants. That's 1-800-285-HEALTH. Call today. Paid for by the Coalition for Health Insurance Choices, funding by the Health Insurance Association of America.
Everybody gets hungry when they hear that name, Sandpiper Seafood.
Everybody knows that it's the place to go. You'll see your cousin Sally and your Uncle Joe. Their food is so delicious it'll make you say, if I had 3 wishes I'd be back today. Yeah, everybody knows that it's the place to go.
By now, everybody knows about Sandpiper Seafood, but not everybody knows why they're so famous. Well, here's just a few reasons. Maybe it's their hearty fish, their tasty shrimp, their succulent oysters, or their fresh coleslaw. Now, doesn't that make your mouth water? Well, now you know why everybody eats at Sandpiper Seafood.
You'll leave us feeling satisfied and wearing a grin, and knowing very soon that you'll be back again. Yeah, everybody knows that it's the place to go.
Sandpiper Seafood on Highway 70 in LaGrange. The place to go.
The Sign Source. John Cox at the Sign Source in Berkeley Junction has all kinds of signs.
Special events.
John Cox can make you a sign just for your own business.
A business sign.
And he also has open house signs, welcome home signs.
For sale.
Yes, and boy or a girl signs, and there's a lot more.
The Sign Source.
How about a sign for an anniversary sale? Or special signs, any signs for the inside or out of your business, custom made just for you. Call the Sign Source, 778-1717, or drop by the Sign Source, Berkeley Junction, Berkeley Boulevard, Goldsboro.
The Sign Source.
This week at the Pork King, the Hunter Pork Center, you'll find yourself in hog heaven with these great savings.
Country cured shoulders, 99 cents a pound. Slab fatback, 79 cents a pound. Boneless cooked hams, $1.99 a pound. Country sausage, $1.59 a pound for the 10-pound box. And country cured boneless ham slices, buy 2 packs, get 1 free. When it comes to great savings and quality pork products, there's only one Pork King. Nahana Pork Center, Highway 581, 1 mile west of Nahana School.
You're listening to The Rush Limbaugh Show on 1150 WGBR.
A little Hispanic groove here. Deference to the ancient Mayan and Aztec civilizations destroyed by their own incompetence. Shallow irrigation, actually deep irrigation, which brought salt into the water table, and it was sayonara. Welcome back, Rush Limbaugh and the EIB network from high atop the EIB building in Midtown Manhattan. I want to play you just a few seconds. What is it? We've got 35 seconds or 40 seconds. This is the latest song over which I am obsessing in a compulsive manner. Somebody gave me a book the other day, by the way. A friend of mine I took with me down to Nashville to the National Rifle Association. We're aboard EIB 1. Saturday afternoon, winging our way through the late afternoon skies. And my friend gives me this book and says, "Here, read this." So I opened the chapter on how to determine if you are an obsessive-compulsive personality. And boy, 90% of it I am. It's incredible. Now, see, you ought to just admit to people when you meet them. They'll understand you a lot better. You just tell them that you're an obsessive-compulsive. It'll help. And I looked at this. Everybody could fit into this. I mean, this is just another definition of type A. I'll bring the book in and read it to you. I'm not teasing you. I'll show you or tell you what these things are. Anyway, about 35 or 40 seconds. This is Wendy Moten and Come In Out of the Rain. Listen to Herb Phelps this section. Great springtime song, by the way. There are certain songs that just fit with the time of year they came out, or come out. This one does. And back to the phones to Hamilton, New Jersey. Lynn, welcome to the EIB network.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Rush.
Yeah.
On the Leon Panetta thing, I really think that you're being rather naive about Panetta. He is a politician first, last, and always. And I think he's looking to cover his own whatever. Politically.
Of course. But now what have I said that makes you think that I don't believe you on that?
Well, I think that the way you put it across was that Panetta all of a sudden has seen the light and that he wants to do the right thing and that he cares about the deficit. The only thing these people really care about is power. And I think what he sees happening in the White House is all of a sudden the American public isn't quite as stupid as they assumed everybody to be. And that all of a sudden Clinton's popularity is plummeting and the American people are saying not just no, but hell no more. Absolutely no more. And Panetta is looking to cover himself. I mean, we've been invaded in the White House by a group of socialists / communists / Marxist, whatever they happen to be. They are really maggots. And they are taking this country on a path that is absolutely dangerous. I mean, we're heading full speed towards socialism, and all of a sudden the American public is saying no more.
Now, wait a second. I have, in my own words, articulated the same fears. when I say I see this administration trying to FDR America all over and drive a wedge between the middle and upper classes, particularly suburban middle-class people. And I see them attempting to co-opt as many suburban middle-class people as they can as quote-unquote wards of the state, to try to convince people that their only contentment and happiness comes from government. I sell it that way, or say it that way, rather, to avoid using the words that sometimes turn people off. I'm interested in communication. When you call them communists and maggots, I mean, you're going to lose some. Now, socialists, I can agree with, and Marxists, I agree. You got a bunch of theoreticians who've gone over to Oxford, and they've all come back, and every theory they've ever had is worked on paper as they've written it down, but now they're being confronted by this awful thing called reality.
Exactly.
But Panetta, I don't disagree with anything you said about Panetta, and I think that when I say he's covering his own, or you say he's covering his own rear, I mean, I said that, but in a different way. All I'm saying to you is that this is not what he signed on for. He didn't sign on for this kind of stuff. He bought the New Democrat stuff. I'm sure he's just as convinced as everybody else is that these people say one thing and do another. Now, I do believe that he's interested in deficit reduction, but look at his. I told you I disagree with his technique. I don't think the way he wants to reduce the deficit will work. And
no, I don't either.
But that's what
he ever would have.
No, of course not. It won't. Raising taxes and all that has never made deficits smaller. But that's, I think, what he wants. Truthfully, I think some people are genuinely honest but wrong, and he may be one. Hang on just a second, Lynn. Another break, and we'll be back.
You're listening to the EIB Network. By the year 2000, between 40 and 50 million people will be using mobile phones. Many of today's cellular phone companies are currently overloaded. You can now own a part of the third cellular phone company in one of the country's fastest growing cities. Call Digital Mobile Radio now at 1-800-289-1001 for the free information kit on how you can get in on the ground floor of the third cellular system. Digital Mobile Radio will be less expensive to use than your current cellular phone company and have added benefits like faxing and paging. Imagine owning a digital mobile radio system in a major city, making money every time someone uses their mobile phone. If you have $8,000 or more, call now, 1-800-289-1001. Here is your opportunity to own a part of a digital mobile radio company. This is truly a ground floor opportunity. Call 1-800-289-1001 for the free kit. That's 1-800-289-1001.
It's time for Eye on Design with those designing women dynamos.
Julia's not here today.
I'll imitate her. This is Julia Sugarbaker.
Fool me.
Yeah? Okay. Anthony, today's question.
Helen Marinelli writes, I'm planning a very formal home. Is wear-dated nylon 6/6 a good carpet choice? It's a great choice. It's elegant and sumptuous. Look down at wear-dated nylon 6/6 and your room starts looking up.
Wear-dated carpet. If we're not standing behind it, you shouldn't be standing on it.
All Britain & Company is the exclusive dealer for Peerless carpets in this area. Beautifully constructed of wear-dated nylon, Peerless carpets are as durable as they are attractive. Big savings right now on Peerless means you own this unique product for much less than normal. Let us floor you at All Britain & Company in Greenville, Kinston, Goldsboro, and Hookerton. Come by or call 1-800-ALL-BRIT-1.
If spring sewing is on your mind, well, here's a reminder that spring sewing starts with the new home sewing machines at Creative Sewing Center on Berkeley Boulevard across from Adamsville Baptist Church. At Creative Sewing, they have sergers as low as $249, a Mother's Day special of $199 on New Homes Model 108, and a combination serger memory craft 4000 deal that can save you $200. So visit Creative Sewing Center, Berkeley Boulevard across from Adamsville Baptist Church. And then start sewing and saving with New Home.
There is a great place for good food. Horizon Sandwich Shop in downtown Goldsboro. Horizons has delicious daily specials for breakfast and lunch, or just when you need a snack. You'll enjoy their New York-style subs, homemade soups and chili, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and other tasty treats. Eat in or take out subs and sandwiches. For menu information, call 736-4311, 736-4311. A great place for good food. Horizon Sandwich Shop, 115 East Walnut Street, downtown Goldsboro.
Hi, this is Rush Limbaugh on your first information source, 1150 WGBR. And back we go to the phones to Hamilton, New Jersey, and Lynn. Yeah, Lynn, I guess you say I'd draw the line at calling them maggots.
Well, you may, Rush, but unfortunately I have a real tough time. I originally came here of